This one's wife. What's this shite? Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. I've largely resisted commenting upon and referencing the bilge that is generated from This One's Wife As Ever Instagram page because, well, quite frankly, it's tedious. It's dull. For weeks on end, there has been nothing but a daily diet of micro-influencer vomit that has been hurled up in tribute to This One's Wife. A collection of mediocre meals that have been generated by supposed followers of This One's Wife. The As Ever range is mediocre and preposterous. It's a Potemkin brand, as I've explained previously, but moreover, for someone with the worldwide reach that This One's Wife has as a consequence of her infamy, and also her access to networks and wealth, the fact that she's only got 878,000 followers on As Ever is testament to her lack of popularity, lack of attractive brand, and overall uselessness. Someone as well known as her should have several million followers, but she doesn't. And she doesn't because 1, she's unpopular, 2, the brand is rubbish, 3, the products are not attractive. And it's once again an example of failure. However, I was moved on this occasion to bring to your attention the ridiculousness of the latest concoction that has appeared on the reel for As Ever. You may know that This One's Wife has organised so that every single day a reel is posted with a collection of around about 4 or 5 pictures or videos purportedly sent in by people that really like her products. Unfortunately, it is just a parade of self-congratulatory wank from This One's Wife, because if you look at it, you invariably think to yourself, none of these things look appetising, none of these things look particularly appealing. Why are you bothering? Well, she's bothering because she wants to clap back at those that have said, you've got no products, you've got no customers. She wants to demonstrate that she has. I know that suspicions have been raised as to whether there are actual customers or if there are the number that she claims that there are, because there's suspicion that many of the reels that have been produced contain videos which might have been actually generated by This One's Wife's marketing people rather than genuine purchasers. I did, for instance, highlight last week 2 influencers that only had a few hundred followers who received one of the latest grift boxes. But I thought I would bring to your attention the tat that she is pushing to demonstrate that she just hasn't learned, as we would expect, that a woman that has access to talent, expertise, and the money to afford to apply it continues to churn out ridiculous, irrelevant, and unappetizing nonsense. Take a look at this. First up, we have what looks like some lavender. I could be mistaken, but written on the image, I have an idea. Let's make today extraordinary. Well, fuck me sideways with the largest black mamba vibrator that you could find. What an inspirational observation. Let's make today extraordinary. Thought leaders around the world have probably just had a cerebral orgasm learning of that. Wow. If only I could have come up with that, says thought leader guru in the United States. Wow, that's amazing, proclaims thought guru leader down under. Let's make today extraordinary. Why isn't this being stenciled on people's walls inside their starter homes? Forget live, love, laugh. Surely it must be let's make today extraordinary. That it's only a matter of time that people are going to have that burnished into the side of their grey velvet sofa. Or that they're going to have little wooden words created that they're going to put on their mantelpiece stating, let's make today extraordinary. What marvellous insight that she provides. And also, it tells us, extraordinary starts with you. This is the delinquent slop that this clown generates. This is the best that she can come up with, written in a foligraphy where, once again, you can see that what she does is she writes, I have an idea. Let's make today extraordinary. And then goes back and adds her death scythes to the I. It doesn't connect properly. You can see the join where it's meant to go from the letter D in idea. You can see that she's just attached it to a fucking apostrophe on let's. When, oh when, would you ever put a long curve attached to an apostrophe? You wouldn't. But this one's wife does. Why? Because she's a simpleton, a clown, and a charlatan. The death scythe attached to the D and the Y don't join properly, similarly in relation to the D in extraordinary. She just shows how basic she is, but there's more. This picture is apparently salad with as ever official flowers. When I saw it at first, I thought it was something that had been hawked up by somebody who's been smoking 40 Rothmans a day for 30 years and was finally able to clear their lungs. It looks absolutely disgusting. But what have they added to it? Flower sprinkles. When I eat a salad, I do not want gerbil food throwing into it. I do not want those preposterous ribbons of little bits of dried flowers appearing in my salad. It is a ridiculous notion, but this basic woman is obsessed with these flower sprinkles and therefore wants people to buy them. She wants them to be a thing. She thinks that they are wonderful and inspirational and that they elevate. The mint seems to have been sidelined. It's all about the flower sprinkles these days. And so no matter what you're making, spaghetti bolognese, throw some flower sprinkles over it. Duck à l'orange, elevate it with flower sprinkles. Blackcurrant cheesecake, get your flower sprinkles in there. Just pinched a massive loaf in the toilet, throw some flower sprinkles on it. It'll look good as it goes down the pan. Yes, this is what it's all about with this one's wife. Flower sprinkle the shit out of it, because she wants to sell as much of this tat as she possibly can. I mean, look at that picture. Does that make you want to eat it? No, it makes you want to send it off to Biohazard. Oh, but we're not done yet. Next up, there's a bag. And there's only 3 things in the bag. There are 2 glasses and a wine bottle. Predictably enough, it's of that rosé slop as ever wine. It doesn't look like they're proper wine glasses, but tumblers. And this individual clearly is an amateur alcoholic, because having stashed this in their bag, they haven't wrapped the glasses up in anything, so they're likely to smash. In other words, this hasn't been done because anybody's going to take the wine anywhere to drink it. No. Somebody, probably one of this one's wife's minions, has decided, hey, you too can be a day drinker like this one's wife. Just grab a bag, stick a bottle of as ever unchilled rosé in it, and 2 glasses, and you're good to go. Nobody's going to look at you strangely at the school gate as you clink along the road to pick up your children. Nobody's going to raise questions of you at the office as you come clinking and clanking into the office with your tumblers clattering against the wine bottle, causing people to wonder what on earth you are doing. No, this is simply stylish in the eyes of this one's wife. This is what she thinks it's all about. Now, I've presented to you because I just couldn't stand the ridiculousness of the shite that she has been producing. I've brought it to your attention, but this is just a warm-up. This is just the aperitif for the ridiculousness of what you're going to witness now. Take a look at this. What the fuck? That short piece of footage is accompanied by some classical music which I've removed to avoid any copyright potential problems. We're told, forget gold medals, I scored Duchess level jam. What's that, Duchess level? Pfft. A fencing mom gifted me this one's wife as ever sprinkles and jam at the club. I'm pretty sure this is the first time something so posh. If you think flower sprinkles and jam amount to posh items, you're telling us a lot about yourself. Something so posh has made it into a fencing bag. What the fuck are you doing? First of all, I'd immediately no longer be friends with the fencing mum who's done that, because they're clearly taking the piss out of you. And unless this has been staged by one of this one's wife's minions, and it's always a possibility, you have brought shame on yourself and your child for making their fencing club recognised and associating it with jam and flower sprinkles. When in the history of ever have flower sprinkles had anything to do with the noble activity of fencing? They have not. You've even put up that shitty as ever card as well. The cringe factor is extreme. But this, what I've just shown you there, this is the totality of the way that this one's wife markets as ever. Content of lung with flower sprinkles. Ridiculous foligraphy. Day drinking bag put together. And flower sprinkles at fencing. A pairing that nobody has ever contemplated. Slick marketing campaign? No, it's not. Alluring and tempting? Not a chance. Motivating you to make a purchase? Far from it. And yet this one's wife persists in this, which demonstrates she doesn't have a clue. She is utterly bastard clueless, which is demonstrative of the fact that this woman has no ability, no talent, but resides in a deluded bubble of her narcissism, believing that she is up there with the titans of industry. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for watching.